Well, hey howdy everyone, Locity here, back in action for more very big circus attraction. That's right, we finally uncovered who the real mastermind is, and frankly, it's finally time to effectively have a showdown. So let's go. April 6th, 5:30 p.m. Very big circus. Storage tent. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth! Are you guys here for the show? Mr. Keys? Miss Barry? You're a little early. I'm sorry, but we're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. You remembered our promise. Yes, I remembered. You asked us to come and see the show when you gave us this. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me, Mr. Keys. But he hasn't performed yet. Regina, please have a look at this photo. Is this a balloon the property of the Very Big Circus? Ah! It is! Did you see it flying around somewhere? Highly likely that this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we were investigating. Huh? Who was in charge of the balloon? Well, that would be Simon. But are you saying... Mr. Keys, you flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? Do you occasionally practice alone at night? Not much of a pilot, though. A little clumsy. So for practice, you'll do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night. Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who is clumsy and not much of a pilot? Then, what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Jill Crane. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And the only one who could have flown her up there was you, Mr. Keys. No way. Mr. Edgeworth, how can you say that? That's not all. You chucked John in the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial of Patricia Rowland? No way. I have no idea what you're saying. There's no way I could do things like that. Please believe me. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I wanted to believe you. However, you've broken the trust yourself. That's horrible. Why would you say that? Didn't you once say that you would trust me? Did you believe in me? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? Suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you. Hey, even you? You said we were like birds of a feather. And yet, I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Oh... Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. he isn't a bad guy. He did frame everybody that deserved to be framed. He's not a hero, but he's an anti-hero.
Objection!
I see. So that's how you operate. Understand now. All too well. No matter who you face, you find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guide each person towards the outcome you desire, without them even noticing it. Emotional manipulation. That is how you were able to mastermind the entire case. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keys, I indicate you. So it's come to this after all. You were always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that, because now I can rip that confidence to shreds. Ooh, got squirrels too. Oh damn! Piggy. Good work, everyone. His personality has completely changed. The animal tamer who could not tame animals. That was all a facade. This is the real Simon Keys. Simon! That's not true, is it? Truth or lie? What difference does it make? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth just made me a little upset, that's all. I love the animation so much. It's so good. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? Fuck yeah! He's cool as fuck! Balloon practice. It's true. I practiced with a balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed through the near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. And there's nothing unusual about that, right? You often fly around the Grand Tower in that balloon. Yeah. Even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true? Yep. It was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. Most people who live around here should have seen it. That balloon was used in the crime we were investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to pass by the Grand Tower when that photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it was coincidence after I heard your full story. The cat is just staring out there in the great beyond. Like, I've seen things, man. I've seen them.
Hold it!
Was the balloon launched from this tent? There's a nice big park near the Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch the balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred pounds. And yet, it can fly in the sky. Amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transported it. Now answer the question. I can't even make some small talk? You're mean, Mr. Edgeworth. I use a truck. The balloon is loaded onto the back of the truck. A truck? Yeah. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Not overlook that piece of testimony. Took out the truck was 2 days ago. I'm just gonna do everything because I love this motherfucker. Allow me to confirm, you haven't driven the truck since then. And do you really need to confirm that? I mean, I just said it 5 seconds ago. Answer the question, but would it be inconvenient for you to do so? That's a pretty weak provocation coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. What could be inconvenient about something I've already said? Fine, I get it. truck has been parked behind the dressing room since 2 days ago. And the balloon and basket are still inside. Is there a problem? There's no problem. I simply wanted to express my thanks for that piece of testimony. The truck was parked here for the past 2 days. Exactly what I wanted to hear, Mr. Keys. May I continue? But then regarding the balloon. When taking the balloon and pass it back. You're saying it was simply a coincidence that you were photographed near the tower. Oh, I get it. I know how you operate now, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll insist that a coincidence is impossible until you get your way. When you say it like that, everything will evidently go your way. How scary! You're wrong. Mr. Edgeworth isn't like that. Hey, calm down. He's only trying to provoke an emotional response. He intends to goat us into losing our focus in order to derail the topic at hand. Now, why do you think he would do that? Because he's a clown? No, I mean, because he's trying to hide something, I guess. Exactly, Kay. It must not lit up on him. However, we must continue to keep our composure. Understand? Yep, so Simon, allow me, as your assistant, to ask you a question. When you passed by the Grand Tower at the precise moment, was it really just a coincidence? You could have just left things at that, but... For the sake of your assistant, I shall explain my reason for being there. I'll have to fly around for the advertising purposes. So in addition to advertising with the balloon, maintaining the balloon is also your job. Am I wrong? You're a real stickler for the details, you know? Well, that's right. Ask the boss if you want. Right, boss? Yep, Simon is in charge of cleaning and fixing and all that stuff with the balloon. I don't think anyone besides Simon has used the balloon for a while now. That confirms he was the one riding the balloon in the photo taken 2 days ago. However, if he is the mastermind, he must have used it today as well. Am I able to prove that? It's like you're deep in thought. Is it really that hard to comprehend? Hot air balloons fly in the sky. In other news, the sky is blue and the grass is green. Nothing unusual about that, right? Hold it! I wonder about that. You flew the balloon in the middle of the night, eerily close to a certain other incident. Would you say there's nothing strange about that as well? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that like a really leading question? Wouldn't you please stop being such a naughty prosecutor? It's kind of a doubter. It's a clown's job to put smiles on people's faces after all. He ducks and weaves about my questions skillfully. Very well, in that case, we'll simply have to make use of a more direct attack. We still don't know much about the balloon. In any case, I must draw out more information. Okay, the last time I took the truck out was 2 days ago. But isn't this the truck? The driver wasn't inside. So this could be his truck. I don't think there's any indication of what the truck looks like. Is there anything else here? I don't think so, but like... This is like the biggest indication. Look at what it has right there. It looks like a balloon, it looks like his little weevil thing. Boom. Objection! The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it was? Today we saw a blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just so happened to be yours, then your claim that you last used it 2 days ago becomes a lie. Oh, damn. Agent Ling. Emma. Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since the incident yesterday. I dashed right over after Kay contacted me just a little while ago. Prosecutor Edgeworth. The thing you were looking for. Found it. It was placed in a blue truck at the dressing room parking lot. Oh, there we go. The blue truck. As I suspected. That truck is, without a doubt, the one I saw today. Objection! There are a number of blue trucks out there, you know. Who's to say you're not mistaking it for the different one? It's definitely that one. Gotta go look at it. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, was that? It wasn't me. Okay, words have no strength without evidence to back them up. Ah, that's Mr. Edgeworth's voice! Evidence? Present evidence. Do I have any evidence? Prove that this was the truck I saw today. Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's body is cold to the touch. Seems to have been parked here for some time. You figure all that out just by touching it? What could prove that this is the truck I saw? Dusting for fingerprints. I like to dust the truck for fingerprints. Fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. A certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. And these fingerprints would prove this truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. Whose fingerprints prove this truck was in front of the tower? Miles. Edgeworth? Your fingerprints? Indeed. Earlier today, I touched a truck at the palace in front of the Grand Tower. I like to dust for prints. Emma, might I request a scientific investigation? That's what I'm here for. Just leave it to me. Alright, we're all set. Go ahead, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, you want me to do it? Of course! Who else but Mr. Edgeworth would be up for the task? Here, I'll show you how it's done. Alright then. You're the scientist, why don't you just do it yourself? First, we sprinkle some aluminum powder over the area you want to investigate. Like this. Press the screen to sprinkle the aluminum powder. The powder will adhere to the fingerprint, so once you've sprinkled enough, you blow it away. Blow it away? Yeah, just blow on it with your breath. Whoosh! Blow away by blowing into the microphone. Got it? Yes, I think so. Guess we'll do it for real this time. Just so you know, the key point is to sprinkle the powder all over. Why isn't it on a truck? There we go. Alright, is that good enough? Do we have to sprinkle more? Make it more of a defined print? Fine. Fine, fine. There we go. Rude! We got one! That's a nice clean fingerprint. Let's run prints against mine post haste. Alright, just leave it to me. These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, it seems to me that we have proven your statement to be a lie. Ugh. What were you doing when you were driving this truck around? Just taking it for a joyride? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today there was another kidnapping in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby. Objection! This all sounds like nothing more than a pure coincidence to me. So it was pure coincidence that you parked near 2 separate kidnappings. I doubt that. You were involved in both kidnappings, weren't you? Isn't it a bit rash to automatically assume that the 2 kidnappings were connected? And what if I had evidence to prove that the 2 crimes were performed by the same culprit? Oh, you're serious? I can't wait to hear this! What did Kay and John's kidnapping have in common? Well, you got EP, of course. Take that! Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug, and a bottle of sleeping drugs was found lying on the place where John was confiscated. The contents of the bottle were a match with the drugs used on Kay. Objection! So that's all you've got, huh? Yeah, I was getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drug was used? So what? You think that connects the 2 incidences? Surely you must realize it yourself. That doesn't prove a thing. There must be something. Evidence that proves he is connected to those cases. The police, prosecutors, and even you, Mr. Edgeworth. In the end, you're all the same. You make up evidence as you see fit, just so you can send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there someone like that here? A poor soul who was wrongly accused in the past? Objection! Just like him for real. You're wrong. Who would do such a thing? Objection! And then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural. It's no use. Can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. Now then, you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? Still have preparations to make at the circus. So if you'll excuse me... Objection! Now, you two. No need to get so heated. And Simon, you're looking good in the clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? Don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray's not so good in such a stiff environment. I mean, why so serious, right? Hey, Kay, how about a little trick? At last, my moment has arrived! The Great Kay Faraday presents the Simon impression. Objection! Why, you? Enough already! Psst. Hey, Miles. Buying you some time to get all your ducks in a row. There's probably a better way to stop for time than this, but whatever's. Nice one, Kay. Not so sure about this method either. But I have to find something that connects Simon to this case. I need to find it now. Is there evidence not related to the kidnapping that's connected to the mastermind's identity? That's it. The mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dogen was looking for. I could just connect the young acolyte to Simon. Which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? Be connected with it? Like, connection? Boogie woogie woogie? This would do something, but... what piece of evidence could be connected to the mastermind's true identity? I guess it would be this. The mastermind retyped it, so we could just show this to him. Take that! Knightley and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Oh? Then that somebody must be the mastermind behind the case. That's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondent chest. I could prove that it was Simon then. That's enough. Can't stomach any more of your sorry excuse for a performance. You have no more objections, then I ask that you let me get back to preparing for the show.
Objection!
Thank you for your help, Mr. Shields. Though you may have taken it a little too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something? Well, look at me! I'm Simon! Simon the clown! The funny clown! Okay, you could stop now. Now then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like chess? That was a rather out of the blue. Well, since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sir Han Dogan.
Objection!
If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogan, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind?
Objection!
There was no way Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, the mastermind had continued the work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogan and Knightley. So you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? It just, who would I have to go to all the trouble and do something like that? Most likely to make an appearance, as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. As a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. No way! Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her?
Objection!
What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Look at me! It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks! If only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained. Be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. That could be decisive.
Objection!
If that's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. What's the point? Living in the past? Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you have said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence, I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? Am I a lot of moves? That evidence, I will allow you to cast down on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Excuse me? Miss Berry? What's on her mind? I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right? Yes, that's correct. Does she know something? This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon. What? What did you say? It's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Berry, please, let me see that letter. Okay, here you go. This is a federal offense in the USA, which Ace Attorney kind of takes part in. So, until further notice, this is the reason why it wasn't allowed in the States. Because of this, specifically. Because you can't open letters that are not addressed to you. It's a federal offense. Quick, open it! This is a correspondence chess letter. Next move the pawn to g6. Now can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose chest against me, right? Oh, damn. That actually works on both. This is the response to Dogen's last move. Now can you see the path to checkmate? Can't wait to see that look on your face. We're expecting to lose a chest against me, right? The postmark says March 26, the day before Knightley's death. Seems the letter arrived late. Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mailing people sent us arrive late. Now why is this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Normally, you would transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. Then doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? Simon? Why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Don't be ridiculous. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley. I nearly died that day in the snowstorm. I was on my way to the contest venue, where my father was waiting. Knightley suddenly appeared. Held me down, tied up my hands and feet, with tears streaming down his face. He kept apologizing. My dad's too scary, I can't disobey him. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. Stop it, Horns! I promised my dad! He said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world! After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold, I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father. What? Your father? Lawrence Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? In confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. It wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father? That low-life scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. But you know who the culprit was all along. Of course not! Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago! All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder. Traitor. He was a son of a killer! It's only natural that he'd end up dead! It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time he was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Hoquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say I don't remember that at all. It's only natural you don't remember. After all, not your real father. Huh? What? Is that supposed to be a joke? I'm not amused. You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dova's son. This piece of evidence? It would be this.
Take that!
What's that? Is that Knightley's chessboard in his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal of Pierre Hoquet, used as his signature. 18 years ago, he was found lying near the body of Isaac Dova. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dova's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dova's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means In other words, you are Dame Gustavia's son. That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in that car. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well. Really, I'll be able to see a circus show, even in prison. I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Yes, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move. Oh yeah, I left something special inside the chessboard for you. You should check it out later. Something special. Not quite sure what it means. But thanks. Oh, you want Simon? If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. It would have had to come to this. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace.